Your brain is cooked. And honestly, mine was too. In today's video, I'm going to go through how to fix the Zoomer brain. There's certain problems that Zoomers have, more so than any other generation really ever has dealt with. Kind of going into the mentality of a Zoomer. The Zoomer brain is traumatized, it's overstimulated, and it's comparing to everyone worldwide. Zoomer brain went through a lot of trauma at an extremely young age. I mean, think about it. There was 9/11, which I wasn't born for, but you saw the aftermath of the world afterwards. It was totally fear-based. And if you believe in energies and frequencies and stuff, imagine being born in a time where the entire world's frequency is vibrating so low with so much fear. It's crazy. Second of all, we're overstimulated, especially now, and I feel like Gen Alpha is going to have this way worse, but we're still currently the most overstimulated generation, period. I mean, there's been times in my life where I literally would not put my phone down at all, and I would listen to a YouTube video in the shower. I would listen to a podcast while I fall asleep. Like, I would never have any bit of silence to hear my own thoughts, to the point of where my brain was so overly fatigued and I was just chronically tired. And your brain takes up so much energy when it's absorbing new knowledge and information and then internalizing it and stuff, especially with short form content. You have no clue how much energy that truly does burn through, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And next, the village that we were supposed to be compared to is now the entire world. So beforehand, you would compare yourself to, maybe the strongest, biggest dude in the village of maybe like 100 to 500 people. And you would compete and you would try to like do your best and stuff. And even if you couldn't beat him in one certain thing, you could beat him in another certain skill and vice versa. So unfortunately now with social media, everyone's comparing themselves to everyone all the time. And if you really think about it, there is no like number one big top dog on the entire internet or in the entire world. Everyone's comparing themselves to each other. I mean, every single day I see a 20-year-old, 19, 18, 16, 14-year-old millionaire. Like, how do we have 14-year-old millionaires? You should be watching Cocomelon and playing Fortnite, dude. Like, calm down, grow up, go to the bars, do some underage activities, So, how are we actually going to fix this? One, we have to limit social media as much as possible. I honestly don't have any social media right now. I deleted all of it. The only time I go on social media now is when I'm getting videos like for ecom B-roll. So I'll go on there, grab some footage of, an old lady working out and whatever, and use it as B-roll. Slap it into Snaptic, boom, done. Snatch my content now for my ad. Yeah, I don't have any social media, and it's honestly been so amazing. The worst social media, I think, like the best one to get rid of first was TikTok, because TikTok brain is real. Brain rot is real. I could not focus on anything for any substantial amount of time at all. The worst social media to have, best social media to quit, was most definitely Snapchat. I don't think I really understood how draining it truly was. There was a point where I had over 200 unopened snaps, and it was just overwhelming. There's just too much going on, like too many girls asking for my wiener pic. It's just horrible. Like, Snapchat is just full of degens. Like, don't get the Snapchats unless you're, I guess, into hookup culture. And then that's literally what it was made for. But I wouldn't really recommend getting into that realm either. And next, would probably be Instagram. Instagram I never really had an issue with, but I feel like it's the one that you compare yourself to others the most. And, who uses Facebook now? And X is just corn, dude. X is just straight up booty cheeks and booty holes and boobahs. So There's nothing for you on X, dude. Like, get off of that. That's probably it's probably the worst one actually. But I never had X like that. I know Reddit. They got boobas and booty holes. So I don't know. Like, I never had either of them really. The only time I go on Reddit now is just to do like product research and research for like what topics you guys would like. So yeah, definitely limit yourself to social media. If you can and you have the willpower, just delete the stuff. The only social media I have now is like the YouTube app on my phone, and even then, I should probably delete that honestly because I beat YouTube Shorts. Like when I say I beat it, I mean I seen the same video 4 or 5 times in a row now that I've already liked, and now I'm only seeing like super low viewed shorts, and it's so funny because it's like old people like trying to act hard and stuff. Next is take care of yourself, man. You gotta love yourself. You gotta treat yourself like someone who's worth taking care of. I actually there's a point where I was like super presso espresso. I was down in the dumps and I was not taking care of myself. I wasn't taking care of the space around me, and I just didn't really look highly on myself. And there's been multiple times where I've fallen kind of in this depression, but like you gotta just start small. Like this is the way I get out of a slump, right? First, you gotta take a shower. Take care of yourself. Brush your teeth. I brush my teeth in the shower because if I don't, then I might forget. So you gotta brush your teeth, take a shower, and then after that, clean up around you, even if it's just one room in a day. That good momentum is equally as powerful as that negative momentum, and it's gonna push you forward to clean your room, then clean the rest of your house and do the dishes and stuff and do your clothes. And then after that, you need to have something that is actually meaningful for you that you're working on, but I'll get into that later. Next is connecting with real people. Humans are social animals and we were never meant to be alone. Join private communities, join like clubs and stuff. Like actually talk to your coworkers. Some of them might actually be cool, bro. Like be the one who sets up like dates and stuff with, just friends. Like, hey, me and like 5 other friends are going to go to this restaurant at this day. Be the person that sets up the events because that's going to help you break out of that shell. And you're going to be able to get closer to the people around you. And you might as well get closer to the people around you that you're naturally around. Also, don't be afraid to go on dates. I know people say, oh, we hate dating apps. I mean, maybe I'm a little biased, but dating apps work great. Like, I've had well over 1,000 matches on Tinder. And honestly, like, it's just worth it, dude. Like, download the app and, start swiping away. Even if you do just make some cool friends and stuff, like, it's honestly worth it. And even just the anxiety, because I still get it to this day. You match with a cute girl, you text a little bit, talk on the phone here and there, maybe a FaceTime once in a bit, and then you go out and you're still a little nervous. You're like, what if they're gonna like unalive me and stuff? I don't know. Like this woman could be crazy, and then they're not, and it works out. So I would definitely recommend just going on dates, even if you don't necessarily find her the most attractive. Still go out with her because like if you're not gonna bang, then you made a friend. I remember the first time I went out on a date that I met on Tinder. I did not find her attractive at all, but I was super anxious and I had to get my social skills up. Like it's literally like leveling up a skill tree in a video game. Like you have to start with the level 1 slime and then go up to the level 2 boar and then the level 3 skeleton, and then you can finally fight like the level 7 dragon who's like, some bombshell Slavic blonde, which I got a date with. Next is you must declutter your mind. So every human has this fear of facing the void, and the void is nothingness. It's your thoughts and nothing else. And the only way you can truly face the void is by actually doing it instead of running away. This is one of those things that you have to just hit face on, head on collision type chiz. Like, you have to look the darkness in its eyes and not be afraid of it. And I've been doing this recently, and it's been so helpful. It's genuinely been amazing. So what I'll do is I'll set a timer on my phone. I'll put it outside of the room, and I'll just lock myself in the bathroom with the lights off. And I'll just kind of like lay on the floor and stuff and just like think, like not even trying to meditate or anything. I will genuinely just think and let my thoughts consume me. I'll talk to myself. You know how you kind of have like two voices in your head? I'll ask myself questions and try to answer them to the best of my ability. And I've come up with some really interesting answers. And this is a practice I genuinely think everyone should do. I don't know. I figured out I'm pretty cool to talk to. I kind of like talking to myself, you know? Like I'm a pretty chill guy. It's kind of fun. So definitely face the void, face your fears, face your thoughts, and actually let those thoughts process. And this one is an interesting one, but you need to remind yourself what you're thankful for. Every single day, you should be, oh, I'm thankful for this car that takes me to and from my garbage job. I am thankful for the music that I'm listening to. I'm thankful for the mic that I'm talking in. I'm thankful I have an internet connection and I'm able to make these wonderful videos for you guys. I'm thankful for Diet Coke. I love Diet Coke. Diet Coke, you need to drink more Diet Coke, bro. If you have any problems in life, just drink a Diet Coke, man. Is the most important thing just here on the list. You need to work on something meaningful, otherwise your brain is going to go to the default setting, and the default setting is boinking. You know, your brain likes to boink a lot. So you're going to watch corn. You're going to try to hook up with a girl who's like a sub-5 and fat and a torta, but like she's chill though, and she knows that like it's only going to be kind of like a transactional thing, and you know, like you're like, okay, I'll throw down some mid wee wee game for some mid snatch, and you know, then you're just gonna go about your day. But you know, like, don't recommend doing that. I haven't been there. Have you? Don't do it. You're just gonna default to mating, and nothing except for babies really comes out of that, and that's a quick way to ruin your life, my friend. You don't wanna have a baby with the torta or the neighborhood bop. So definitely work on something meaningful and build something. If you want to start a YouTube channel, even if it's just for fun, dude, like not everything has to be about money. Like just give back, bro. If you want to start an e-commerce business, which I think is the best business model, just period, I genuinely do. I don't think it's the easiest one to get into, and I definitely don't think it's the best one for someone who's never started any sort of business whatsoever. But if you want something that's going to build generational wealth, definitely click the video over here, watch that to understand why I genuinely think that it's the best business model. But honestly, anything meaningful, even if it's your physique, just work on that. I'm going to see you in that video right over there, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day.